Hello everyone and welcome to the Landscape Builder NavMesh Basics tutorial. In Landscape Builder we can create a path in our scene and build a NavMesh from it using the built-in Unity tools. We can also paint an area of our landscape and use that for navigation. Let me show you how. Let's go to the Landscape Editor. On the Landscape tab, we're down in Scene Paths. I'm going to add a map path to our scene. Give it a name, sheet path. It's going to turn off a few things, turn off fine on zoom, I don't need that at the moment. Choose my height offset. Okay, so I'm just going to add 3 points to my path here. Maybe make the path narrower, 3 meters will do. Change that color so we can see it a bit better. Okay, there we go. Bring this one back in a bit. Okay, so we have our path there. Let's go ahead and create a mesh for the path. Let's give it a clear mesh because we don't need to see it in the scene. Let's create the mesh. Okay. And then we're going to bake our NavMesh from our path. Okay. And we can see what that looks like by just checking on the NavMesh settings. Okay. Let's drop our sheep onto the path. I have a sample animated sheep that comes with Landscape Builder, and it has a non-player character basic navigation script to go with it. I'm going to attach my path to that script. And then I can just go ahead and play that scene and let's see what happens. Okay, so I have my animated sheep and he's walking along the path we just created. All pretty simple stuff. There you go. He's a pretty simple animation, so he doesn't do anything special when he turns around, but you get the idea. He can wander around, do that all day. For some non-player characters that may be fine, but what if we want our sheep just to wander around in part of our landscape? We could create a custom mesh or maybe even give our sheep a rigid body and understand the slope of the terrain, etc. But there's a way easier way of doing that. Let's just build a mesh from the existing height map data. Let me show you how. First, we'll delete the sheep path we created earlier. And we'll go back into the Landscape Builder Editor. Still on the Landscape tab. This time we're going to add a stencil to the scene. This will allow us to paint an area on top of our terrains. So we'll give it a name. And we'll just call this first layer sheep paddock. The color doesn't matter, each layer can have its own color, but in our case we're only going to have one layer. So let's go and paint our paddock. We'll zoom in. There's our sheep down here, our tree line. Let's just paint an area around our sheep. There we go. And we'll turn off painting to save that. Let's go ahead and add a mesh to our painted area. And we can now bake that area. And have a quick view. There we go. There's our area there. Okay, so let's exit out of our stencil. Here we have our baked mesh. Let's go and have a look at our sheep. Okay, and in this case, I'm going to want to add my meshes that we just created to our navigation script. So I'm just going to put those in there. And let's play it and see what happens. Okay, sheeps will just seems to be just sort of wandering around. And he's just wandering around on the area we've just created. So hopefully it will give you a bit of an introduction to how to create NavMeshes very quickly and easily directly from either using a path or from using any area of your current landscape. And they can wander up and down hills and whatever you have around your terrains. So thank you for watching.